You don't oftentimes see a caliber of running back in college like the caliber of running back Ashton Jeanty is. But the Boise State running back has come into the 2024 college football season and he has absolutely dominated. The junior running back is currently averaging 211 yards per game, 14 broken tackles forced per game, and he averages over 10 yards per attempt. The numbers this kid is putting up is incredible. However, what if I told you there's a rare combination of traits that we've probably only seen in a handful of running backs in the history of the running back position, and Ashton Jeanty just happens to have that rare combination of traits. Ashton Jeanty to me is going to become one of the best running backs at the next level, and I'm very excited to break down this guy's tape because he is one of college football's most explosive players. And let's start right away talking about some of the rare traits that you'll see from a running back like Jeanty. Let's get right into it, and let's talk about the jump cut ability combined with his stop-start quickness. You know, oftentimes we see a running back that has really good jump cut ability, and then other times we'll see guys that are very good when it comes to the stop-start quickness. However, we don't oftentimes see that running back be able to do both things really well. So what exactly does that mean? Well, on this play here, the offense is going to call a split zone run towards the right of the formation, and you're going to see a couple of different things happen. So first and foremost, at the point of attack, the center gets pushed back by the linebacker that ends up blitzing here. That linebacker is ultimately going to reset the line of scrimmage. And Jeanty sees that. He understands there's no way for him to run to the right. So on a dime, he is going to jump cut back to his left. He has to essentially stop himself, put his foot into the ground, and then as he sees this lane develop towards the outside, you can see Jeanty quickly accelerate back to full speed. And from that point, he's able to just run away from the defense. And he ends up scoring a huge touchdown on this one for Boise State. There are so many examples on tape of Ashton Jeanty where he is basically going to jump cut. He'll break a tackle. He'll run away from the defense. He has the speed. He has the quickness. And another way Jeanty finds success is going to be through his elite vision. Without seeing the proper lane develop, it's almost impossible for you to have success on certain plays. And in this one here, you got another split zone concept. And this time, Jeanty's going to end up bouncing it back towards the outside. But what is it that makes Jeanty jump to the outside? Why not just bang it directly to the inside? Well, if you look closely, you see that the defensive tackle at the line of scrimmage gains separation on the offensive lineman. The safety also ends up jumping the inside gap. But at the same time, Jeanty sees that containment was lost on the outside, and he quickly jump cuts outwards. And he ends up being in a one-on-one with the cornerback, and most corners are not going to be able to tackle a guy like Ashton Jeanty. And he picks up 17 yards on this. You can put on Ashton Jeanty's tape, play in, play out. This guy's using all the different traits that we've talked about. But there's one other trait that I want to kind of talk about. And you can see it on this 70-yard touchdown run. He kind of utilizes it a little bit. You'll see he uses his speed, he uses his quickness, his vision. But really what I think allows Ashton Jeanty to be different than every other running back is the fact that this guy can change direction and not lose any speed while doing so. Think about that. For a guy to be able to cut right or cut left and not lose any speed is an absolute difference-making trait, in my opinion. So think about this next play right here as an example. At first, it might just look like a simple run, but when you look closer and you think about every different aspect within this play, when you think about every little decision that Ashton Jeanty has to process, it's very impressive in my opinion. So the offense is going to end up running duo. Duo is a power-based running concept. It's really meant to be utilized against the light box, but a running back like Jeanty can take advantage of a play like duo. And the reason why is when you run duo as an offense, what you're trying to do is you're trying to open up a lane for the running back on the inside, but you don't really know exactly where that lane's going to develop. Ultimately, the running back has to read the offensive lineman as well as the linebackers. But when you really look at this play right here as an example, the second that Ashton Jeanty gets the football, he starts to see this lane develop. However, you're going to get a linebacker that's going to end up shooting the A gap, and Jeanty considers running to the left of that linebacker, and you can kind of see him put his right foot into the ground. He starts running towards the left a little bit. He starts leaning that way, but then you got a defensive tackle in the B gap, so Jeanty now has to change direction once again. So he's going to put his left foot into the ground, change direction once again towards the right. And if he puts his head down, he'll pick up about 5 to 7 yards on this one. However, you see that elite vision come into play because he's going to recognize the safety to the right here. He's going to lose outside containment as he over pursues to the inside. And Jeanty one more time, all within one play, cuts it once again towards the right. And because of that final cut he makes towards the end of this play, he picks up 24 yards on this run. To me, what Ashton Jeanty does on this play is absolutely incredible. And this is why I think this guy's such a superstar caliber player. he has a rare combination to be able to, he has a rare combination at that running back position that over the past 10 to 15 years, we've probably only seen guys like Adrian Peterson, Saquon Barkley, and Bijan Robinson have. And I think Ashton Jeanty is now going to be the fourth player over that time span to have that rare combination. A guy that can jump cut left or right, not lose any speed, a guy that can change direction, a guy that has elite vision. I think Ashton Jeanty is going to end up becoming one of the great running backs in the NFL, and I think there's a real chance this guy's going to end up being a top 10 pick in the 2025 NFL draft. Yes, he's a running back, but this guy's different. And I think NFL teams might actually get back to running the football a little bit more as we go forward over the next couple of seasons. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys on the next one.